Hey guys, so I'm back with like my third video of this mini little series, and this is how I apply my foundation. So you've already cleansed, you've moisturised, and if necessary you've already primed your skin. One thing I probably forgot to say, I think, in one of the videos is that you should have moisturised your lips by now, but if not, this is a good time to moisturise your lips because you won't be applying any lip products for a while until after the skin is done anyhow. So I do tend to do this when I'm moisturising or at that phase or step, but if not, if you've forgotten, try and do it before you apply your foundation. I love something like this from Vichy. It's the Aquilia Thermal Soothing Repairing Balm. But anyhow, time for makeup application. So you will already have determined what makeup you want depending on your skin type. As I said before, I have done a video on skin types and how to determine yours, so I will link to that below. The foundation I'm going to use today is this Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. This is my favourite foundation, or one of my favourite foundations anyhow, and I'm number 51. I am combination skin, so this one is really good. It's a demi matte foundation. And it's also a radiance boosting foundation as well, so it doesn't dull the skin like some traditional matte foundations can do. It's a really beautiful foundation. So when I apply foundations, I'll always pop a little bit of it first on the back of my hand, and then I use brushes. My favourite brushes at the moment are definitely the Real Technique brushes. So three of my absolute favourite ones would be the buffing brush, which is brilliant for quick application. If you just want to get it on really smooth really quickly, it's amazing. You can also use something like this, which is the Face Expert brush. This is denser, so you can get thicker application. It's brilliant for cream makeups. And then also the stippling brush, it works pretty much the same as the other one. This is brilliant for application of liquid foundation as well, and for cream foundation. So other brushes that I absolutely adore would be these guys from Sigma and Sedona Lace. So from Sigma, it's your flat top kabuki and your round top kabuki. These are amazing. They work in very similar ways to the Real Technique ones. So you buff these all in place. The denser, tightly packed ones, like the smaller ones, are generally better for thicker cream application. These also work perfectly for like mineral powder foundation application, and say things like the Fix Powder by MAC. This is the equivalent by Sedona Lace, so it's the Sedona 928 and the Sedona Lace 480. These are absolutely brilliant for makeup application as well. And of course then you can have your more traditional geofiber brushes. So you have like your MAC 187 or the 188, which is a smaller version. This one is by Gemma Kid. It's very, very similar. And then for anyone who wants to use the traditional paddle brushes, they work amazingly as well. It's like this guy here, they're paint brushes. These are brilliant for, again, thicker application, so like cream makeups, or for anyone with dry skin who doesn't want to buff the skin, because using buffing brushes will raise flakes, or can raise flakes. So you might want to use something like this and then paint the foundation down in downward strokes so that you're not raising flakes up on the skin. Also good for anyone who maybe has more peach fuzz on the face and doesn't want to get loads of product stuck underneath that excess fuzz on the face and make their face look hairy. But what I'm going to use today is the Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques. So I'll pick up a little bit on the tip of the brush. Sometimes I'll just pop some on different areas of the face and then blend it in that way, but this is just as well. And then I always start off in the centre of the face. I find I need less foundation on my forehead because it is the most even skinned area, or the even toned area on my face compared to everywhere else. I do tend to go for quite light foundation so that my skin will match my neck. So it is very important to keep that in mind as well. This is more just about the physical application. So I do tend to go in downward strokes. Again, this is just because if there's any little hairs on the face or anything like that, it helps to flatten them down. If you want, you can really buff it in first and then finish off with downward strokes, and that way it won't allow any product to get caught underneath the hairs. And then you want to blend down into the neck, and you want to make sure it blends well. It really depends on where you need to even out your skin tone. So that's the whole point with foundation, is to even out skin tone, not to give like a massive, huge, thick covering or mask-like covering or anything like that to the skin. Once I have that on, I do not put any foundation underneath the eye area, but you can see how dark I look around the eye area now. Because this is a demi matte foundation, I don't put it around anywhere above this orbital bone because it can dry out the skin a little bit. If I was using a more moisturising foundation, so maybe something like the Max Factor Ageless Elixir, which is a foundation in serum 1, I will happily use this underneath the eye because it is moisturising, so it's not going to dry it out. But because this is more of a demi matte foundation, better for a combination skin, I'm not going to put it anywhere where I am worried about it drying out. So I'll just pop it there, and then for daytime that's more than enough. So once I have my foundation on, I am ready to go on to my concealer application, which I will show you quickly in the next video. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks a million for watching, guys, and I'll chat to you soon. Slán!